wanted to say hello and welcome, and just to say that though Professor Bailey was speaking about the benefits of getting a PhD, and I want to just say that throughout the PhD, you're going to be a part of a large cohort of other students, and we have a lot of experience in dealing with students and handling students, so that you will be well supported throughout your journey. One of the first things we want to say that we want to, stable connection here, oh, go back one. Apologies for that more than anything else, we want you to pass. And you'll get every support, because that's what we want. We want students to come to the university, and we want them to have a successful career at the end of the time. So if you join us to do a PhD, we want you to pass. We have an over 90% completion rate, which, as Professor Bailey says, is very high. Now you're probably thinking, well, that's 10% that haven't passed. But a lot of this is a 4-year degree. So we have people who, through this studies, think, no, this isn't for me. We have others who decide it's too long, they want to go home, maybe to their home country. They've got maybe domestic pressures, family illnesses can happen. Some people want to go and get married, they want to stay on and do it. They might transfer to another university and carry on to another university. So there are very few people when they start the PhD that don't succeed if they want to succeed. The people that move on are often, they've made the choice to move on, to go, because of these outside and external pressures. So I just wanted to say that if you join us today, that you have a very good chance in 4 years' time of having the name doctor in front of the initials doctor in front of your name. Throughout your PhD, you'll get a lot of support. There's a support structure, and I want to say that as well. It's a completely different degree from your undergraduate or any postgraduate taught elements. This time you're off doing a research degree, but there's a lot of support throughout that time. So though at the moment you don't quite know how you're going to do this, don't worry, you will be guided right throughout your degree. There will be supervisors. You will have 2 supervisors at least that you will meet with probably every week. There'll be planning of your degree right from the beginning. What's your research project, how you'll plan it over the next few years. This will be recorded in detail. One of the main things you'll do throughout your degree is you'll record almost every day a diary of your research. You'll get reviews. The first year you get a review within 3 or 4 months. After that, every year you get an annual review. If you don't progress from that annual review, you do not go forward. So the supervisors will guide you up to that point. There's a lot of training that goes on as well, though it's not formal courses like your MSc. It's training in interdisciplinary skills that will help you get a career later on when you leave here. Things like presentation skills, but it will also be training in skills you might need for your PhD, such as statistics and other types of sort of things to help you with any skills you think I need support in to do my research. And at the end of the time, you then submit a thesis, which goes through an examination process, and you'll hear more about that in detail. So at the start of your degree, just to say, you get 4 years if you're doing a PhD, and it's all laid out what you would expect to do in year 1, year 2, and year 3. So it's not a free-for-all, it's quite structured within that wider subject area. I mentioned the reviews before that. And the training. I don't go into too much detail in the training, but we have a handbook of training. You can do external courses beyond the university as well. And so that's all part of the degree. Also want to say that within the university, there's a large support structure. The university has been established a very long time. So everything from the examinations, how they're set, what qualifies to be part of a good research subject. Everything is sort of set out and structured. So coming from the Senate all the way down, we have a board of what's called the Graduate School Board that oversees all the examinations, oversees all the subjects, oversees the structure to make sure that you really are getting a very professional degree. It is up to the standard, that the university is scrutinized to make sure that it gives a degree of a high standard, that it merits the rating that it has. Beyond that sort of scrutiny level and the sort of almost political policy level, where you get all the regulations set down, and if you join us, you'll find all the regulations and handbooks, so you can see what you're expected to do, what your supervisor expected to deliver. Just want to say that it's all very structured. There is a raft of, in each institute school, there's a PGR convener who has an overarching view of all research students within the institute or school, so that if you have any problems with your supervisors, you can go to them, and they're experts in the area. And so you've got your own supervisors, and then you have these institutional experts, and then they can refer things on upward to the Senate or whatever if there's any problems. Again, at a more local level, you have your supervisors, as I mentioned, who will oversee your actual degree, but you'll also have 2 reviewers who keep an eye on that, what your supervisors are doing and what you're doing as well. So you have this 2 or more supervisors, but again, that 2 reviewers who again keep an eye on you to make sure that your research is going on track, that you're being supported, that you're going to get your degree and your thesis written on time. And just finally, I think I want to say that I'm just speaking about the conveners. If the problems do occur, which is one of the things a lot of students worry about, because they think it's a long time, they're worried about financial things, and again, worried about what might happen if there are problems back home, that there is a lot of support in the university for students. The graduate school has a huge amount of experience in helping students with any problems. We have, as I say, about 1,000 students at the moment. Each year, about 150 new students join us. So that if you have any problems, whether it be with visas, with your family, with support, with medical issues, we can help you, not maybe ourselves, but point you in the right direction of whether it's the international office, the counselling services, the medical facilities that are around to help you. And if you do find that you have a problem, that you need to go home, that the university can look to give you a suspension of studies, so you can have a break and come back. That would, all at the time. So again, if you feel you're here and you think, I don't know, I can manage for 4 years, just realize the university is very, very supportive in that direction in helping you should you be any time you need to get off for a medical issue or a domestic problem, and they can come back and resume your studies, as long as that fits in with the project and everything else, and your sponsor and various other people. But there's a lot of people that, because it is a 4-year degree, need some help or support at some point during that time. And don't be ever frightened to ask for that support as you're going through your 4 years with us. And I've just finally put up here just some of our contact details. At the moment, there's nobody in the office. We're all working from home, but we can be contacted by email after this session today. If you've got any further questions, you can email us. The details are on the website. You can look up the graduate school anytime and email us, and we'll get back to you with your answers to your questions.